ambulance services, the patient breathing.
Excuse me, my friend needs blood in his chest. Can you breathe?
Okay, okay, listen, you take a deep breath so we can help him.
Okay.
How old is he?
18. His eyes are shutting. It's okay, he's not breathe.
Right, someone needs to come back to the phone. Hello, where are the attackers?
Please hurry up, They got machetes. Hurry up now! No!
Hello? Tango 4-1 control.
Response officers from West Midlands Police are on their way to a serious stabbing in South Birmingham.
There. Single male, massive trauma to his chest and his belly. Stop moving, little man. How old are you, bro?
The badly injured teen is taken to hospital,
Did you see anything, mate?
whilst officers try to find out what's happened.
I know, we just want to try to get your details, that's all.
I don't want to talk to nobody. Leave me alone.
What she said? She said they've ran out the back of this car park, and that's all we've got after it. But they don't want to talk to us at all, really, so it's a bit difficult.
Lads have found a knife. We're extending the scene further up. Just hold. I'm conscious of disturbing any evidence.
The next morning, forensic investigator Andy Biggin joins search officers to examine the crime scene.
I've done the big open area bits.
Yeah.
It's fine. The drains, we can see all of them actually.
Yeah.
With a torch.
You can obviously see the silver kitchen knife amongst what looks like duck down feathers, which may have been from a jacket of whoever's been involved in the altercation. The other side's quite heavily kind of soiled with moisture, having been on a wet ground.
There is a teenage child fighting for his life. The biggest challenge of the scene is the sheer size to make sure nothing's missed. Because at this point, I'm unaware exactly what's happened, where it's happened, and how it's happened.
It's a large zombie knife.
25 metres away from the kitchen knife, Andy recovers a second deadly weapon.
Any utility of that's going to cause a significant amount of injury. I'll photograph it with scale. I'll make notes of what I've identified, and we'll send it off to the major crime lab to have that examined.
The knives were spread quite far away from each other, which suggests that the incident started in one location and perhaps finished in another location. The offenders could have fled in any direction.
With the victim fighting for his life in hospital, the case is escalated to the homicide team, led by Detective Inspector Aid George.
Morning all then. So briefing for Operation Tiffin. We were called by members of the public and also ambulance saying that they were treating a male who'd been stabbed to the chest. On arrival at the QE, described as actively dying due to his injuries. He's got stab wounds to his bowel and his chest. It's pierced his pancreas, his liver and his kidney, and he's lost one kidney. This has a potential to become a murder investigation. The victim can't be spoken to because he's in intensive care. He can't tell us what's happened.
Overnight, there's already been a major development in the case.
I have 2 teenagers in custody who are brothers, both arrested from the same address.
A 15-year-old suspect with minor injuries and his brother have been arrested at a house near the crime scene after police were alerted by the ambulance service.
So, first suspect is currently in hospital with cuts to his hand and his head. He can't account for his injuries, says he can't remember how it happened, etc. They come across his brother wearing a jacket that's got kind of slash marks on it. They've made obviously the assumption that he could be involved, and he's also been locked up for attempt murder.
Both brothers have been evasive with police and will be interviewed in connection with the stabbing.
I'm presented with 2 people that are injured. One victim who's in hospital with serious life-threatening injuries, but I also have the suspect who's also got injuries. So it makes it quite complex in terms of what might have actually happened at the scene. It could be that this was a chance meeting between the 2. They've got involved in a fight and it just so happens that the victim has come off worse. It could be that the victim has been attacked by multiple people. There's a whole host of options that it could be. And there are 2 witnesses that we're aware of at this moment in time. Unfortunately, they wouldn't give statements yesterday. They've told us categorically, go away, don't darken our doorstep again. We don't want to give you any statements. CCTV wise, we've got the CCTV team who are going out and doing recovery for us at the moment. Okay, thank you.
Without any witnesses willing to talk to them, AID and DC Denisa Briscoe need to gather more information from the scene of the brothers' arrest.
Hi, so we've had quite some of a head injury. Yeah. Okay, so come and take a look.
So this is the body-worn footage from the arrest of the first suspect.
Officers were called to the brothers' house an hour after the stabbing, when paramedics noticed signs of a knife fight.
What's happened, mate? Where's this taking place?
Can't remember.
Sorry?
Don't remember.
Don't remember. Okay. Do you know who else was involved at all? Do you know what you were hit with at all? Did you see what hit you?
No.
I mean, he's obviously told the officers that he's been hit, but he's not really kind of disclosing how he's been hit.
No, he seems to be quite vague about what happened.
If you're truly innocent, why not give us a full account? Why not tell us now exactly what happened?
I already told you I went outside, I got hit with something. I don't remember what it was. What else do you want me to see?
I think you can probably see from that injury to his hand and the injury to his other finger, it looks like a slash mark of some kind. Feels to me at this moment in time that he's not particularly forthcoming with information because perhaps he knows that he's been involved in some form of criminality. This is the second suspect, his older brother, returning to the address.
Hello, what's your name, fella?
Listen, keep your hands where I can see them, mate. There's been an incident, mate, where someone's been injured.
What? You are?
Looking like you've been in a fight.
I haven't.
It looks like he's got bits of fluff in his hair,
Yeah.
which could be from a item of clothing that's been slashed in.
Yeah, there's bits of this kind of stuff near to where the victim was stabbed. The issue that we've got, it's all circumstantial, so it doesn't actually prove that they were part of that offence. Where we don't have any sort of direct evidence, it does make things more difficult. I'm hoping that forensics are going to be able to tell me exactly what happened. The victim received a single stab wound to his stomach, but I have 2 suspects. So the question is, who's stabbed him?
Lead forensic investigator Joe Ward assesses evidence gathered from the crime scene to be sent for urgent testing.
You can see quite a large kitchen knife. The concern is straight away for me is that it appears wet. I think it's been raining. which may destroy any DNA that's on there. It's really unusual to find weapons at a scene. Normally, when we've got a scene where someone's been stabbed or injured, the weapons are nowhere to be seen. So this is a real golden nugget for us. And then there's another knife. In fact, it's a very large machete. I'm quite shocked that could do some serious damage. You know, young people are walking around carrying these large weapons. It's just quite scary. I've certainly seen over the years the weapons getting bigger. The zombie knives, the machetes, the way it's designed is meant to kill. When I was younger, if there was a fight, it involved fists. But now, unfortunately, if you're carrying something, you'll reach for that weapon. For us, it gives us forensic opportunities to, you know, certainly identify if there's any blood on those weapons, but also who's handled those weapons as well.
First, technician Holly Roscola examines the kitchen knife for fingerprint ridge marks that may help police identify the attacker.
I'm using a range of light sources to see if I can find any visible marks. So I'm just going to look at the blade of the knife. I'm currently using UV. And I'm just trying to see if there's any ridge detail that may be exposed from the light sources. The blade is negative for any marks. I'm going to look at the handle now. And I can see some ridge detail on the handle of the knife. It's just there. But there's not enough to be able to send up to the Fingerprint Bureau, so I'm going to class this as being no value.
As you can imagine, a kitchen knife you use regularly, so what tends to happen is you get overlay of fingerprints, so it's quite hard sometimes to actually be able to get a decent identifiable fingerprint from it.
The focus turns to the 16-inch machete, which is taken to be swabbed for DNA.
So I'll go ahead and I will take handler sample. This is to recover any possible cellular material of anyone who has handled the knife. So I've spotted some red-brown staining visible here on the cutting edge of the blade. And then you put a dot of KM on, and a drop of H2O2. And there we have a nice pink reaction, which is an indication that there is blood present. So they get cut off and then put in an autolyse tube, which will then get sent to DNA.
We don't need an awful lot of blood nowadays to obtain a DNA profile from it. No, we only need a pinprick size sample. If this comes back to the victim, we can say that this knife has been used to cause these injuries to the victim, and then it's about trying to identify if one of the brothers actually handled that knife.
While the victim remains critically ill in hospital, suspect 1, the 15-year-old who was also injured, is now fit to be questioned.
So everything that we're seeing now is being audio and video recorded. When I interview juveniles, I always try to bear in mind the fact that they are children at the end of the day, and they might be scared, they might have never been in police custody before, so it can be quite challenging to get them to open up. So, tell us about your involvement in this incident, if any at all.
I've got prepared statement, but we don't. I deny the allegation of attempt murder. I will maintain that I am the victim of a crime. I sustained injuries of a very serious nature. All these injuries were sustained by a knife attack that I was subjected to. I will maintain that I acted in self-defense. I felt my own life was in danger. I responded reasonably.
see your right hand in a cast. Talk to me about how that knife caused that injury.
I remember I was hit first with the knife. Yeah, shot in it.
Yes.
I put my hand up like this. The camera can see it now. I put it up to block it. Yeah, and then chopped my hand.
And then what happened after that?
After that, I can't really remember. I think I fell on the ground or something. And then I think I fell on the ground and then something hit me on the back of my head. After that, I think I was knocked out.
He accepts his presence at the scene, but states that he was the one that was attacked and he was just defending himself. So it makes it difficult to establish who is, a suspect and who is a victim.
You say or maintain that I acted in self-defence, and then you say I responded reasonably. Tell me about how you responded.
No comment.
Did you stab him?
No comment.
Is that what you mean when you're saying that you were acting in self-defence?
No
Did you stab him in response to him slashing you?
No comment.
Okay, interview concluded.
Self-defence is a really tricky one for us to prove, but also for us to disprove. It's not clear-cut. We are going to have to look at, was he acting reasonably and proportionately? Did he feel that his own life was in danger, that he needed to kind of lash out? And so therefore forensics are going to be really key in helping us build up a picture about what happened and how he came by those injuries.
To help investigate Suspect 1's claim of self-defence, Joe assesses the victim's clothing for signs of how the attack unfolded.
As you can see, it's been cut down the middle, which has been caused by the ambulance at the scene. They put it back together. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, this is. Was it a prolonged attack? They just attempted to stab him once. To then prove whether it was self-defence is quite difficult. We know victim suffered one stab wound to the chest, but the victim's clothing can tell you a completely different story to what you actually see on the body. Sometimes on clothing we see more attempted kind of stab wounds, and that may be because the victim's running away or is moving and weapons only just managed to actually cause the damage but not actually penetrated through to the skin. Straight away I can kind of see damage mark here, and then a bit lower down, kind of to the waist area. Again, it appears to have been caused by a sharp instrument. And that's gone all the way through, but there's no corresponding marks in the t-shirt. And the question is, has the weapon made contact with the actual coat itself? It's gone through, but then not penetrated the actual t-shirt. This clothing tells us that the attempt on the actual victim itself was more than just that one stab wound. It really highlights the level of force that was used, how frenzied the attack has been. It's likely that his thick coat saved his life. He's lucky to be alive.
Police now want to interview the older brother, Suspect 2, whose own coat had apparent slash marks when he was arrested.
Did you have any involvement in this incident?
I've got a prepared statement to read out on behalf of my client. I deny the allegation of attempted murder. I'm not responsible for this offence. I have not injured or stabbed anyone at all. On the night in question, I was at home. It was only after my brother went to hospital that I threw on the coat that he was wearing that evening. That is my brother's coat. This is because once the police and ambulance left, I was not thinking straight and I went outside to go and see what happened. I will not be on CCTV at the time of the incident. I deny the allegation entirely. Thank you.
Okay, so you threw on the coat he was wearing that evening. What exactly made you put his coat on as opposed to your own coat? I'm trying to keep an open mind as to what might have happened, and there is a possibility that he's telling the truth, that he was not involved. But then equally, there is also a possibility that he's either covering for his brother or he's also an offender. Okay, I haven't got any further questions. Interview concluded.
At this moment in time, I can't categorically say that he's involved with this incident. You know, this is a juvenile. So I have a limited amount of time I can keep him in custody. Is the forensic evidence going to actually tie him to the scene?
With suspect 2 claiming the ripped jacket belongs to his younger brother, it's sent for urgent DNA testing to see if they can confirm who was wearing it during the attack.
The first thing I'm going to do is take a wearer sample. So I'm going to start by mini taping the inside collar. When the surface comes in contact with the skin, it can leave behind little skin flakes and oils and stuff, and that's just what we're picking up on the tape. And it should pick up any cellular DNA that's in that area.
What we need to do is establish, whose jacket that is. However, although they don't share the same DNA, because everyone's got their own unique DNA, because they live together and they may share that jacket, it may prove difficult to actually say who's the wearer of that jacket at the time of the attack.
I'm just looking at this area of damage to the hood. So the cuts have quite a straight edge to them, so it does look like the hood has been cut by a sharp object such as a knife, rather than if it is torn, the edges would look quite frayed and different. And there's quite a bit of red-brown staining here that looks like could be blood. So I'm just going to use my scalpel to cut out a small area of this stain. I can get those samples sent off to DNA now, and we'll see if we can get a profile.
This jacket is really crucial to this investigation. If that blood comes back to victim, then that would suggest that the person wearing that jacket was certainly at that scene and in close proximity to the actual victim and involved in this incident.
Right, okay. So that's a Sainsbury's camera. That camera is looking along that frontage, so it's pointing in that direction.
Been able to get various items of footage.
CCTV specialist Zed Ahmed is piecing together footage from numerous cameras in an attempt to track the movements of the brothers and victim on the night of the attack.
CCTV work, it's quite niche, and I think one needs a lot of patience. It's really important that you don't miss any detail. Because CCTV footage doesn't lie, it acts as a kind of reconstruction tool. This is a short walk away from where the stabbing took place, and I can see the victim goes to McDonald's with 2 other females. You need to be cautious when watching nighttime footage. It's grainy, it can be quite misleading sometimes. You can get the wrong impression, so that's really important to keep an open mind. He's in McDonald's for quite some time. If I just run it forward, 2 minutes past midnight, he leaves by himself. Unfortunately for us, that part of the main road is not covered by CCTV cameras, and I can't track him any further. It's chilling to think that he will be stabbed soon after this.
So I just thought I'd update you because I've just had the results back.
Both knives found at the scene and the ripped jacket have been tested for DNA.
So if I start off with the silver kitchen knife,
Yep.
No blood was found on that, and there's no fingerprints that were found. Then we go on to the machete. So there was blood that was found on the actual blade, but that's come back to suspect 1. and there was DNA that was taken from the handle, and that has actually come back to the victim.
Okay.
So suggesting that that was victim's knife.
Okay, that's interesting. Why was the victim carrying a knife? If he's had to go somewhere to meet somebody with a knife, he's potentially expecting some trouble. They're both stabbed each other, but who struck who first?
The blood on the outside of the jacket has been profiled to suspect 1, but no victim's blood, so that fits in with the account of suspect 2, that he's actually borrowed his brother's jacket after the event.
I'm not sure if you've been given an update from the prepared statement that suspect 1 gave an interview, which was that effectively he was acting in self-defence. He was attacked, and that's obviously why he's lashed out. So obviously some of those results does go some way to like kind of supporting his account.
I'll be sorting out your bail, so you are going to be released from custody today, but there are going to be certain bail conditions that are going to be attached to your bail, right?
So far, none of the forensic evidence links suspect 2, the older brother, to the stabbing.
I don't feel that we've gathered enough evidence that we can go and approach the Crown Prosecution Service in order to authorise charges. It may actually be the evidence doesn't exist because he's not involved, but equally the investigation will continue. It doesn't stop just because someone's been bailed.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Whilst suspect 2 is released on bail, his younger brother remains in custody.
So we've received in both suspect 1 and suspect 2's devices. I'm just going to take initial photographs of both of these.
In a bid to find a motive for the attack that connects the brothers to the victim, all 3 teenagers' phones are sent for data to be downloaded.
Suspect 1's device, it's very damaged. The camera's smashed, the back's smashed. There's a slight crack into the front of the device. Just have to be very careful when we're extracting the data from this. Just showing that the device is encrypted. Apple devices are notoriously difficult to get into. Doesn't look like we've picked up a lot from images, videos or chats. There's literally next to nothing. No starting on suspect 2's device. I'm not actually seeing a lot of images, videos or any kind of media whatsoever. Doesn't appear like there's much data from the extraction at all, because it's probably a newer phone, that's why.
Although the suspect's devices are encrypted, the victim's phone is unlocked, and the data downloaded for digital media investigator Sherry Watkins to analyse.
I think when it comes to digital evidence these days, it's one of the most crucial elements of an investigation, especially when you're dealing with teenagers. They are addicted to their phones. The phones are the world. They're everything.
So I know that the victim's phone was used to phone 999. So that call, I've got that on here. So that was at 0049 hours. I'm going to go back a couple of hours and see if there's any content of note there. The first thing I want to do is look to see if there's any contact between the victim and one of the suspects. Chances are with the age it's going to be Snapchat, TikTok, because kids rarely use network calls, network text messages these days. It's usually all apps. He's got some stuff on here that I'd usually find on teenagers' phones. There's a chat here where he's swapping rap songs with somebody. A lot of it's just chats with friends by the look of it, and maybe a girlfriend. What else have we got? He is using Snapchat quite a lot. You can do direct messaging, but the thing with Snapchat that attracts a lot of them to it is the fact that it disappears quickly afterwards. So the content's gone, it can't be retrieved. But we have got some data that comes back on the phones.
From the data, Sherry is able to pinpoint communications between the victim and suspect 1.
Looks like there's a large volume of messages between like 9 o'clock at night and 1:45, which is pretty much like a couple of minutes before this all kicked off. And there are 242 messages, and they're literally like bang, 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 bang. And there's a couple of phone calls, there's some like video calls on there. But annoyingly, I can't see any of the content. It does make me wonder what was being said. As much as it's frustrating because I don't have the content, those messages were being bandied back and forth, and they literally finished seconds before the attack has taken place, which would suggest that there was potentially a pre-arranged meet between the victim and suspect 1.
Got some further footage here from the Sainsbury's car park.
With the phone data suggesting a planned meeting, Zed has tracked the victim to the car park close to where he was found stabbed and discovered a major lead.
I can see he's on his mobile phone. He's now walking backwards and forwards. I wonder whether he's waiting there for somebody. To the left of the frame, I can see 3 individuals running in the direction of the victim. The victim is walking off to the right of the screen, and these 3 individuals are chasing him. It's 3 individuals that are involved in this incident. That's significant, that is. Who is this third suspect? Who is doing what? The footage is not the clearest. It's dark at the time. Their faces are covered, they're wearing dark clothing. At this moment, I'm unable to identify who the actual suspects are. Yeah, if I just pause it there and take it back slightly, I've just noticed something. I've zoomed in here onto the CCTV footage, and just there, something that caught my eye. He's clearly holding an item that's shiny, it's got a reflective quality. It's certainly consistent with a knife. And he's holding that in his right hand as he's running in the direction of the victim, I imagine, to attack him. The victim and the individuals have gone off the screen, and I don't think I've got footage from that particular location.
Is it a setup? It's very difficult then for a suspect to argue that they acted in self-defence and therefore used reasonable force if actually what they've done is arrange to meet somebody with a view to having some disorder with them.
There's obviously still some outstanding offenders.
There is either 1 or possibly 2 outstanding offenders. It's really important that we get this third person into custody. The longer that takes, the more opportunity they have to dispose of any weapons, any clothing, dispose of any mobile phone, all things that may link them to the other suspects and the scene.
I mean, with regards to the victim, actually, what's his current state at the minute? Is he still stable?
So he's critical but stable. They're still monitoring him. He's having regular scans. We'll see what happens kind of with him over the next couple of days, and I'll let you know.
Yeah. All right, lovely.
Okay.
Okey-doke.
Zed has widened his search for the 3 attackers on CCTV and alerts aid to new footage he's found from the brothers' local area.
How you getting on, Zed?
If you sit down, I will just lead you through it. Footage here shows suspect number 2 leaving his address.
Yep.
Climbing out of the house through the downstairs window. He then makes his way over the road to the other suspect's address, followed by suspect number 1, takes the same route.
Zed is able to track both brothers as they're joined by the third suspect minutes before the stabbing.
Both suspects follow suspect number 3, and you see all 3 suspects as they walk onto the road and in the direction of the car park.
That's a good clear image, though, isn't it?
All 3 suspects chase the victim
We believe these 3 individuals have attacked the victim. This changes everything. We have a 3rd suspect. We now know that that person lives in the same street as our 2 suspects.
An arrest team heads to the new suspect's address.
This is Westminster Police.
Where they find a 15-year-old who resembles the figure seen on CCTV.
You are under arrest on suspicion of attempted murder and possession of an offensive weapon. Do you want to put some clothes on, or I'm going to have to put some handcuffs on you, okay?
Suspect 2, the older brother who was released on bail, is also rearrested.
We're here in relation to the incident that you were previously arrested for. Basically, we've had further evidence that we need to question you about. Where's your phone?
We know you've got a phone here, mate. We can turn the place upside down, or you can give us the phone.
Give me the phone, otherwise... Stop being silly. Stop being silly. Sorry.
Did you hear what the allegation is regarding the attempt murder? Vulnerable IP due to age?
Yes.
And what's he been arrested for?
Attempted murder.
You've heard what the officers have said, so just pop your hands out of there for me, please, mate. I am authorising your detention here. That means you're going to remain here with us for a time so that we can secure and preserve evidence and you can be interviewed. All right.
Police now have 3 teenagers in custody, who are their prime suspects.
So I've got the phone download for suspect 3's phone now. And there's loads of stuff on here with his mum. I know I do that with the kids, like, I can't be asked to shout up the stairs to them. Sorry for this morning, when you wake me up angry, I'll get in a bad mood, but I cleaned the kitchen and the living room for you. It's like, oh, when you read stuff like this, you realise that they are only kids, aren't they? I'm going to click on to the notes section. So I've got 207 notes, and I can see already that there are some, what looks like rap lyrics. And it might be a case of, if I go through all these lyrics, there might be something mentioning the incident. Teenagers will talk quite freely amongst each other when it comes to their phones. They think it's a safe environment. They'll have like a false sense of security that what they're discussing will never be read by anybody, and are often surprised when they are. So if we have a little listen. He's on about sitting in the trap. Probably a car. And I chop it down to stones, which is going to be potentially a reference to a drug line. It looks like there's some stuff around drug dealing, some lists and some amounts. There's references about chinging people, splashing people, wetting people, which all of them are in reference to stabbings. Wearing ballies, balaclavas, shanks, which are knives. Certainly doesn't really paint a pretty picture, does it? Teenage slang. It's really hard to decipher sometimes. You have to decode them. Latest one I've got was Fliz. That was a new one on me. I thought that was a person for a while because people have some crazy street names, and then it turned out that Fliz was bad. The difficulty is they share lyrics and they share songs with each other, but it's hard to work out whether they're talking about something that has actually happened, whether it's something they want to get involved in, or whether it is just pure fantasy. Trying to work out what's fact and what's fiction, really.
Sherry also examines a new unencrypted phone from suspect 2, which police found on him when he was rearrested.
He's got nearly 45,000 images on this phone, but I can filter them down. There's one here tagged Tonight's Vibe. of a male posing with what looks like a very large hunting knife. Now his face is blurred out, but there's a second video, like literally 6 minutes after this, of suspect 2, and I can see it's him. His face isn't blurred and he's wearing exactly the same clothing. So it looks like he has had, or has in his possession, a rather large hunting knife at some point. I mean, this kid here's got a Rambo knife. And these are all different kids. I don't know who they are, but they all look about the same age. They're like kind of late, like mid to late teens. You're talking Rambo knives and zombie knives, they're that big, and they're deadly weapons. They're really blasé about it. They don't seem to care. That shouldn't just be a normal thing for, 15, 16-year-olds to do, but it seems like it is these days.
Sherry updates AIDS team to see whether any of these discoveries can be used as evidence.
Profile 2's phone that we've had off him.
There's a lot of pictures of knives, isn't there? They're horrific looking, aren't they?
Aren't they vile? They're like giant, hunting knives. I can't see anything that specifically mentions the incident itself that I can see.
Okay. Attempted murder is a very difficult crime to prove. We have to demonstrate to the court that those individuals had the intention to kill the victim, so that they had jointly acted together in order to inflict that injury. Can we actually prove that?
The knife used to attack the victim has not been found, so Joe meets with digital imaging specialist Lucy McGregor to analyse a 3D scan of his injuries.
The stab wound would have been along this line somewhere. This is just a scar from where they've opened him up for surgery to assess the damage within his stomach area.
The process, known as body mapping, may reveal clues to what kind of knife was used.
It did a lot of damage on the inside, so there was wounds to the front and back walls of the stomach, and also the left lobe of the liver was damaged as well as a laceration to the pancreas. The left kidney was also damaged and had to be removed.
So it must have gone in quite deep then, hadn't it?
Yeah, very deep, yeah.
Body mapping is really useful because you can see the angle that the knife's gone in. There could be a whole range of scenarios of like what position he was in, if he was moving at the time, or was he crouched down when the knife came towards him. It's obviously quite a significant weapon to have caused, those injuries. Whether it's perhaps gone in at an angle as well, or kind of repeatedly gone in.
Possibly an angle to then hit his kidney up here.
There's a lot of questions and a lot of unknowns really of the kind of sequence of events. I think the impact is when you actually see, oh my God, it's gone right through and it's nicked his kidney. But the frustrating part is the fact that we can't identify which weapon was used and who actually used that weapon to cause the injuries to the victim. This could kind of jeopardise the case really.
On this particular CCTV footage, we've got all 3 suspects as they make their way away from the crime scene post-offence.
After searching dozens more cameras, Zed has located the suspects fleeing down a side street and found more than just images.
It appears as if they are avoiding the main roads, and this particular footage has audio recording. Brilliant. You can hear they're having a conversation amongst each other. I'll just adjust the settings here. So the one suspect says to the other, "Is that your blood?" And he replies, "No." Takes his jacket off and hands it to the other suspect. They then go off onto a side road. This particular footage here that we've obtained also has audio.
He's quite far ahead of the other two, isn't he? Like he's powering ahead.
Saying that he's dropped his shanks.
Okay.
So that he's dropped his weapons. One of the other suspects then says he's done the same. The third suspect says that he's in possession of his weapon.
Yeah.
That CCTV with the audio is really a key find. All 3 suspects make reference to either being in possession of a knife or having been in possession of a knife, and clearly this is incriminating evidence. And all three then run off camera.
You can hear the sirens in the background, can't you? And wonder if that's what makes them start to run. The audio footage from the CCTV demonstrates that they were all armed with weapons. It suggests to me really that all three people jointly acted together in order to inflict that injury.
One of them, it looks like he's holding his head. Right, you see here that right hand is touching the back of his head. I imagine he may have sustained an injury during this altercation. And I'm aware that suspect number one did sustain a head injury as well as an injury to his hand.
All three suspects now face questioning about the new footage, starting with 15-year-old suspect 3.
I want to show you some footage, and this has got sound, so I want you to pay attention to what you can hear as well. Come, I drop my shanks. Come, I drop my shanks. What does that mean?
No comment.
Because shanks means knives, doesn't it?
No comment.
So you're shouting back at them that you dropped your knives?
No comment.
Do you agree that that's you that said that?
No comment.
I can't run, Tom. Which one of the brothers said that?
No comment.
Suspect 2, the older brother, who previously denied being at the scene, is next to be re-interviewed.
I'm going to show you now some images of these 3 males entering the rear of Sainsbury's. I believe that person there is yourself. Can you tell me any different?
No comment.
What was your purpose of going onto Sainsbury's car park?
No comment.
Did you have a knife when you went to that car park?
No comment.
You see, that person there has got an object in his hand. Can you tell me what that is?
No comment.
Is it a knife?
No comment.
Suspect 1 is also questioned about the evidence, which challenges his claim of self-defence.
This is my final offer to you. Will you tell me in detail everything that happened during that incident?
I reiterate I am not guilty of attempt murder. I feel I am a victim in this case also. Had I not defended myself, I believe I would have been killed. I will be making no further comment.
Right, 17:42, and I'm switching the machine off, thank you.
We have 3 suspects who have been present or have attacked our victim. For me, that diminishes the self-defence aspect that was put forward by suspect 1 and made it less believable. So I now really need the victim's account to help build that story that then gives the best understanding about what happened that evening.
Right, so do you want to talk me through basically what happened to you?
There's a breakthrough for the team. The victim is finally well enough to give a witness statement and reveal his version of events.
We had agreed on meeting up, just me and him. We never agreed on no fighting, no violence, but we just agreed on meeting up.
He confirms that suspect 1 arranged to meet him on the night of the stabbing.
He had sent me a snap. He said, "Oh, I'm on my way." He was just saying he doesn't want problems. He was convincing me, making it seem like, oh, it was all going to be fine.
And when did you fall out with him?
We played for the same football team. He was my friend as well. It's just we fell out after I had a problem with one of his friends who used to also play for that team.
So you had a problem with his mate over...
It was a play fight that went too serious and he threatened to stab me. I look up and then I see 3 masked people running up at me. And then they pulled out their knives.
Okay.
His older brother had a kitchen knife and his other accomplice had 2 knives. I don't know what type of knives though, but he took out 2 knives. So then I took out my knife and held it out towards them.
Okay, so tell me what made you take your knife out at that point?
Because I knew they were trying to kill me. That was their intention.
What made you take that knife with you when you went to see him?
I felt like the need to have something to protect myself just in case, because I know the type of person he is.
So what was your intention when you took that knife with you?
For self-defense. I just wanted to keep it to myself. They were all running up at me. They were all just trying to swing at me, and I was just trying to swing to keep them away from me.
Okay, so hold it there for a second. And what was your intention when you're just swinging your knife?
To get them back, to get them to run away. They would go back to pretend they were going to go away, then they would come back again and try and attack me. They just wanted to kill me.
Who's coming at you?
They all took swings at me. It was like they were taking turns. They were playing with me. They knew they could kill me, but they were just playing with me. And that was when he just came and he stabbed me through.
The victim names Suspect 1 as the person who stabbed him in the chest.
I didn't feel pain. I just felt like there was something inside me. And then when he was trying to take it out, it was just like it jammed in my kidney. And that was when I swung as well, because the adrenaline kicked in. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I cut him somewhere here on his arm.
When you struck him with your knife, how many times did you do it?
I can't remember. Pretty sure it was once or twice. I just started running down the road. I was running for my life because adrenaline helped me. I was just running.
It's really pleasing that the victim's given us an account, that he is willing to support our investigation. But it's really important that we don't just take it at face value. You know, we need to make sure that what we're being told is true.
Okay, that's interesting. And there are some lyrics on here. One of them has actually got the street name of our victim in it as well.
Sherry has been digging deeper into Suspect 2's new phone, which he used after the offence, and hidden amongst the many notes, discovered a song lyric.
Fuck the NHS, are you taking the piss? And then there's the street name of our victim. Should have got packed that day, but he got revived. 3 shanks up, when we booked that prick, we done it all fliz. But we don't give a shit. 36 hours, banged up in cells, I ain't no rat, don't talk to the pigs, fucked, street name of our victim, should have been in my spliff. They're mentioning our victim. They're mentioning the fact that he should have got packed that day, which I'd suggest means body bagged, killed, but he got revived. 3 shanks up, 3 knives up. But I ain't no rat, don't talk to the pigs. Great. That first verse definitely sounds like what happened on the night. It's mentioning our victim, and he's clearly very upset that the NHS managed to save his life. I find it mind-boggling that you would brag about nearly killing somebody. I can't wrap my brain around that. It's like writing a confession down in the form of rap. It's so incriminating.
Aid meets with Joe to assess whether there's strong enough evidence to charge all 3 teenagers with attempted murder.
Attempt murder is probably one of the hardest offences because you've got to show that intent. We need to show that there was an intention to kill.
Yeah.
The victim is saying that, you know, he was attacked by all 3 people. We know from phones that there was potentially a meet-up arranged, and therefore that they've gone there in order to like kind of sort out some issue like kind of between them. I think that shows actually that they were all aware of what was going on that night.
I was going to say, you got kind of 3 against 1, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which shows that they were the aggressors. Yes, we know that suspect 1 has got some injuries.
Yeah.
But the severity of like kind of the victim's injuries, the fact that he was on his own, and the fact that obviously he's seen like kind of people are running towards him, that evidence is an element of planning. I think diminishes self-defence. Given, you know, that knife crime is such an issue, I think it's only sensible really that we discuss that with CPS.
Yeah.
We've got mobile phone evidence, we've got CCTV evidence. You know, by putting it all together, that then helps us to show what has happened and able to demonstrate to the court these three individuals have attacked the victim and caused that very significant injury to him.
Can you come and stand at the desk, please? Thank you. You are going to be charged, okay, with some very serious offences.
The Crown Prosecution Service decides that all three suspects should face the same charges.
You're going to be charged with the following offences. First offence, attempted murder. Second charge, had with you in a public place an article which had a blade or was sharply pointed, namely a kitchen knife.
I do know that you're 15 years of age and they are very serious and grave offences for which you've been charged.
It is hard sometimes to step back and think, wow, these are only like 15, 16, 17-year-old kids. When you really boil it down, we're not talking about grown adults here, we're talking about kids that have got their whole lives in front of them. What the hell are you doing?
If you understand those charges, if you can sign right here, that's not to say you're admitting to anything, it's just to say that you've understood the charges.
We never take the pleas to lesser offences lightly, but it's incredibly difficult in order to prove an attempted murder. And actually, I believe this was the right thing to do in these circumstances. We have achieved some justice for the victim and his family, and hopefully this will set a clear message to young people to the dangers of knife crime and the dangers of carrying knives.
Unfortunately, on a case like this, you know, it affects so many people. The victim has got now life-changing injuries for the rest of his life. I can only imagine what the victim's family, but also that the suspect's family are going through. It's so sad that they've got their whole life ahead of them. You know, I'm sure they all had aspirations of what they want to do in the future. You know, and that's been taken away from them really from a moment of bad choices that they've all made.
Every contact leaves a trace that forensic experts can follow. Explore it for yourself with the Open University's new interactive case simulator. Scan the QR code on screen or visit connect.open.ac.uk/realcsi.